Stop everything. I've got 3 massive Celtic stories for you. Listen to this. O'Neill fires a haywire warning ahead of the Hearts showdown. A Hibs player is being tipped as an instant Engels replacement. And the final story involves a permanent striker move that could reshape this title race. Stay with me right to the end. We bring you daily news to keep you right up to date with the mighty Celtic. Hit subscribe and join in. Watching Martin O'Neill back on Italian soil with Celtic just stirs something deep in the gut, and you can feel it the second he starts talking. Bologna might be the next stop in the Europa League, but Turin in 2001 still lives rent-free in his head, and honestly, it should live in yours too. That Juventus night was daylight robbery dressed up as elite European football, and O'Neill knows it, he remembers it, he feels it, and more than 2 decades later, it still burns. He was standing there in Bologna, calm on the outside, but you could tell the memories were bubbling. That infamous late penalty, waved through like it was nothing, robbed Celtic of a Champions League point that would have changed everything. 10 points in the group, qualification sorted, instead an Italian job, and O'Neill never bought it for a second. He watched his side batter Juventus, wave after wave, courage pouring out of every shirt, and then bang, whistle, spot, game, gone. He turned his back, thinking it was a goal kick, only to see the ref pointing to the spot like he'd lost the plot completely. Mention it now, and he still bristles. He talks about that post-match rant like it happened yesterday, not 24 years ago. He reminds you Juventus had spent £100 million while Celtic had heart, belief, and a manager who refused to accept nonsense. And when he says that club being demoted a couple of years later tells you something, he's not whispering, he's shouting without raising his voice. There's a warning in his words now, though. Not just about refs, but about everything going haywire if Celtic lose focus. Hearts in the league, Bologna in Europe, pressure everywhere. This is where titles wobble and seasons turn. O'Neill knows momentum can snap in an instant, especially when decisions start going against you, and he jokes about having suspicions whenever he loses, particularly at Ibrox, because even after all these years, a dig at that lot still lands sweet. But beneath the humor is steel. He wants Celtic sharp, streetwise, and ruthless. No naive football, no waiting on favors. Take the game by the throat and leave nothing to chance, because Europe never gives you anything for free, especially in Italy. So here's the real question for you. I'm watching this unfold. If Celtic get another dodgy decision against them in Europe, do you trust this squad to respond like warriors, or are we still one bad whistle away from history repeating itself? Hit that subscribe button to the channel and help us reach 1,500 Celtic fans. Let's talk straight here, because this one's got people raising eyebrows all over Scottish football. Charlie Mulgrew, a man who knows Parkhead inside out and understands what it takes to wear the hoops, has come out with a statement that stirred the pot nicely. He's looked at Josh Mulligan at Hibs and said, without blinking, that if Celtic signed him tomorrow, he'd walk straight into the midfield. No easing in period, no bedding time, just straight into the engine room. Now, context matters. Arne Engels has been linked with RB Leipzig, and yes, that's the kind of interest that turns heads. But Engels has already made it clear he's happy at Celtic and focused on winning titles, not packing his bags mid-season. That's the mentality you want in Glasgow, not the kind you see across the city where heads turn at the first sniff of attention. Still, football moves fast, and Mulgrew is talking hypotheticals. What Mulgrew is saying is not that Mulligan is technically better than Engels. He's not daft. He's talking about energy, drive, aggression, that hunger to get up and down the pitch and impose yourself on a game. The kind of midfielder who makes life uncomfortable for opponents, wins tackles, breaks lines, and drags the team forward when things get scrappy. Mulgrew sees Mulligan sitting alongside Calmack, letting the captain push higher, with Mulligan doing the dirty work and crashing into the box, and then it gets spicier. Mulgrew reckons Mulligan could even get the nod ahead of Benjamin Nygren in certain setups. That's a massive shout. You're talking about pushing aside a full international, proven goal scorer for a lad who's still finding his feet at Hibs. Bold does not even cover it. It's the kind of opinion that splits the fan base right down the middle. Realistically, Hibs are not going to roll over and hand a key player to Celtic, especially not given the history between the clubs. Deals like that are rare, awkward, and usually messy. But as a football conversation, it's fascinating. It's about what Celtic value more in midfield, pure technical quality or relentless energy and drive. So here's the question that really matters, and I want your honest take. If Engels did go, would you trust a high-energy Scottish midfielder like Mulligan to step in at Celtic, or do you believe the club must always replace quality with continental pedigree no matter what? Hit that subscribe button to the channel and help US reach 1,500 Celtic fans. So let's get into this one properly, because this feels like a move with real intent behind it. Celtic are no longer just sniffing around David Datro Fofana for a short-term fix. The conversation has shifted. Chelsea have made it clear they are done with loans, and that's pushed Celtic into thinking bigger, thinking braver, and thinking permanent. Datro Fofana is 23, hungry, and at that stage where he needs a proper home, not another suitcase and another temporary badge. Chelsea, dragging him back from Turkey, tells you everything. 8 goals in 15 games over there, confidence flowing, rhythm built. They recall him not to use him, but to cash in. That's modern Chelsea in a nutshell. Sign them young, scatter them everywhere, sell when the numbers look nice. From a Celtic point of view, the need is obvious. This title race is not a stroll. It's a proper scrap, and you cannot go into it light up front. You need options, different profiles, someone who can stretch a defense, bully centre-backs, and actually finish when it matters. Datro Fofana ticks boxes we have been missing: pace, power, and that instinct in the box that can turn half chances into goals. He's already shown he can handle British football during his time at Burnley. 5 goal contributions in the Premier League is not nothing, especially in a side that was fighting for its life. And unlike some signings, this is not a project kid. This is a striker who knows his job and wants minutes, goals, and trust. Yes, Derby County are sniffing about. With respect, that's not even the same conversation. Celtic offer pressure, trophies, Europe, and a stage that actually means something. If you're serious about your career, Parkhead beats a cold Tuesday night in the Championship every single time. There's also a bit of unfinished business here. Celtic missed out on him before, and you can feel the determination not to let that happen again. This time, the deal is there to be done. Chelsea want a sale, the window clock is ticking, and Celtic need a striker who can make an impact now, not in 6 months. So here's the question, and don't sit on the fence with this one. Should Celtic go all in and make Datro Fofana the main man up front, or is buying another Chelsea cast-off a gamble that could blow up when the title is on the line? Hit that subscribe button to the channel and help us reach 1,500 Celtic fans.